Hi Pottery peeps! So we're finally back in the studio for a tutorial. I tell you, it's been a tough go at the beginning of this year. And one thing you can rely on with me is I'll always be honest. In fact, I've been accused of being brutally honest. I just, I am what I am. I have struggled this beginning of this year. You probably noticed in some of the videos I'm not quite my happy self, my bubbly self, and I don't know if it's, well, state of the country, state of the world, you could just pile it on. I just need to stay off the news, but also, this time of year, I have had the winter blues before, and I'm also, a lot of you know, if you've been with me a while, my history with the botched knee surgery that I had. So I've been doing procedures, shockwave therapy, breaking up scar tissue. So that's been incredibly fun and painful, if you like pain. So I've been dealing with that every week too. I think I have 1 or 2 more sessions, I need 6 procedures to see if it'll work. If that doesn't work, then we're going to go to acupuncture. I'm doing the alternative medicine because the Western medicine really screwed me up. And so I want to get off pills and all of that stuff, and because I know that's probably affecting my mood too. Anyway, that's just an update. Another thing, if you have a YouTube channel, would you please list it in the comments? Guys, we need more pottery YouTube channels out there. So if you've ever thought about doing one, maybe think a little more seriously. And if you do, let me know. And we've got a small community of potters, and I'm sure there's so many talented people out there that let's just share it, and uplift everybody and help each other out, because it's a singular job. Granted, I teach, so I do have students in here, so I'm not alone all the time. And I normally don't mind being alone, but sometimes being in a group, the creativity creates more creativity. Does that make sense? At least I believe so. I believe it breeds in here when everybody's in here. It just sparks. It's just, the muse is just flying around and hitting everybody with their magic wand. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get to this. This is actually a pretty simple, hold on a second, I picked that up for a reason. Okay, this is actually a pretty simple tray. I'm going to show you how to make the big one, because the big one is harder to do than the littler ones. And I do have 2 on the shelf that are drying, and so when they're ready to, I'll show you them too. But one thing I do when I don't, when I'm blue, I shop. Bad. I should not shop when it's kind of like that, what do they call that, retail therapy? I don't go crazy, but I shop for pottery things. And I'm always thinking of cheaper ways to do things. And also, when I start seeing a lot of the same stuff on Instagram or Facebook, which I'm actually right now not on, because that Instagram and Facebook, Instagram not as bad as Facebook, but Facebook especially tanks my mood. So I've been staying off of there. So if anybody's trying to reach me on Facebook, I'm not getting on right now. And I'm pretty much been staying off all social media except for YouTube. Because I can find things on YouTube that inspire me. All right, where was I going? Jeez, see, tangent. Anyway, so I'm always looking for different texture things, especially when I start seeing a lot of the same texture with other potters doing the same. When I start seeing the same stuff out there, I was actually like this in school too, because I grew up in Fairbanks, Alaska, not a lot of places to shop, right? And if everybody's wearing the same stuff, I had to wear something different. Even if I was buying men's clothes, and of course it was the 80s, so you could tear things up, right? And I sewed, when I was a teenager, I sewed a lot of my clothes. I sewed all my prom dresses because there was only two places in town to buy prom dresses, and that was JCPenney's and a place called Lamont's. Well, everybody showed up at prom wearing pretty much the same type of dress or same dresses, maybe in different colors, but when you have a small community and there was no internet to order things off of back then, so I always want to be different, want to bring something else to the table. So that was a long explanation for this, but that's par for the course when it comes to me. Anyway, I found this frame. I actually found these for what I'm doing in the new office that isn't done yet. So I found this wooden frame, and I was gonna put this really cute picture of a cat in it. And then when I got here, it's like, I gotta put this in clay. So this frame is what I used on this platter. Okay, and so then I went down on all the wooden things, and they weren't very much. In fact, these guys, medallions, and they're for wood trim. And these were like $1 or $2 for a couple. You know, I even got that. So I've been playing around with these. They're not a huge investment. This one I think was, I don't know if I can remember, 8 or 9, because, you know, it's a frame, it's bigger. And I think these, I got a couple of different ones like this. I got 2 in those up there that are drying. $3 or $4. But with all that detail in there, and this one is this one. Isn't that pretty? Just pretty. All right. So I'm going to show you how to use the frame because it was a little bit different. This is a GR pottery form. I needed to find a way to, how did I do it? And it actually fits in this frame. So because I knew, I mean, you could use it without, and then this would just be the depression that would be part of your tray. But by doing it with the oval from GR Pottery Forms, I can use that whole tray, not just this and have a, I mean, you could do it and make it a smaller rim. And then these forms, or these rim templates, they are Sharon Hoppy's. They're actually my favorite. I have another one up there. They come in 3 sizes, or you could just order the one. But I love these. I love the shape. I use them a lot for all sorts of different things. So if you've gone through all my videos, I know there's a pumpkin one with this. Anyway, this is one of my favorites. It is so cold out here, you guys. I turned the heat down because I have in-floor heating. And so it takes a while to warm this place up. But what was it, 70 Monday? Woke up to snow this morning. Par for the course when it comes to being in Utah. Anyway, so it's cold in here. So when it's cold, my nose runs, all that stuff. All right, so let me go ahead and let's get this going. I'm wondering actually though, I need a bigger board. So let me find a bigger board real quick. All right, there's a bigger board. And I've already, this is 3/8, and I've already, actually, shoot, hold on. The board is messy. Let me wash that off real quick. Actually, I wonder what the other side looks like. Let's see what, okay. Actually, that's better, so let's go ahead and use that one. So, I set this down on my canvas, so I need to smooth it now. Where did I put? There it is. Actually, let's get you closer. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth this out since I messed it up. And then I do recommend you put your slab on a board because we're going to have to flip it to do what we're doing. Get all the marks out of it. All right. So I want to make sure I have enough room. I'm actually just going to mark this so that I'm in between those lines. Also kind of gives me to kind of line it up with the template. So I think it needs to go this way just a little bit. All right, so just seat that in there, and then I'm just going to take this, put that there, and then put this here. Make sure, look to make sure you're in your, here, I'm going to move this. Make sure that it is lining up on, centered on the ends. All right, then, okay, gonna need a bigger board. All right, that looks good. I'm actually gonna make sure I've got, okay. And then flip the whole thing over. Release your clay from under the board. Okay, take your pony roller and roll the texture in. Because this is highly textured, so I'm going to roll it in first. You can put a foot on it if you want. I'm not going to put a foot on this one. I had issues. I did put a foot on this one, but I don't like doing feet. And my sponge. And I can sell these cheaper if I don't put a foot on them. And so I'm going to do that because I have a feeling we're all going to be suffering here. So I'm going to be conscious of what my pottery costs me to make and what I can sell it for. I'm just going to be conscious of that right now, since things are, it's like we're living in a twilight zone. Anyway, so I'm taking the sponge and kind of pressing in there because I have a lot of texture here, and I did do this at 3/8 so that I would have enough clay that this would not poke through. So I am being careful that I'm not going to poke through, but I want to get an impression of all that fun of this frame, of the texture of this frame. So having a damp sponge helps, a soft rib. And if you'll notice, I took my finger around that oval. So it'll push that oval up a little bit. But it'll come back down when I turn it over. Okay, so I think I got a pretty good impression there. So now I'm going to come out and do the same, because I've got my template here and I want to know where it's at. Okay, because I'm going to go ahead and cut this, the rim of this template. I want to, by pushing it down, I can see where it's at. When it sets up some more, need a needle tool. When it sets up some more, when it's leather hard or close to leather hard, I will deal with the rim, smoothing the rim. I'm not going to worry about smoothing it right now, but I am going to cut it. Okay. So what we need to do now, oh, I actually have some of these, but I'm going to go ahead and slide this off. Hopefully, hold on. I'm going to lift it up a little bit so I can slide it off. Get my fingerprints off of there. I don't know what it is. We know we can clean it up later. Right now it's showing everything, and you actually save time if you just wait to clean it up, because you're just going to keep messing it up. All right. So now that I've got this, just pushing it down a little bit. So I have this wire thing, and I'm going to come in. I can kind of see where that's at. I'm keeping it straight up and down. And I do go over this twice just to make sure I get a good cut. Sometimes I cut it first and then go over it again. And sometimes I just keep doing it as I cut. It doesn't matter. But my first cut is never as good, so. You can see why I love this template. I will link, if this frame is still available, or I did get them off of Temu. I have seen them on Amazon. Heck, I've seen stuff like this at Home Depot and Lowe's too, and craft stores, Michael's. I haven't looked at Hobby Lobby, but I have seen them at Michael's. But they're in the wood section, you know, because they're medallions to add to trim or furniture. That's what they are. But no reason why we can't put them into clay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I want to actually take it off of this. So I'm going to flip it again. What a flipping here. Oh, wait. While it's down, I'm going to put my, actually, I'm going to put my bigger one, since it's oval. I'm going to put my stamp in here. This is my big stamp for hand-built pottery. All right, let's bring this back. All right, flip it again. Shoulder's getting better, but flipping this every way doesn't help much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this off so you can see everything in there. Like I said, I'm going to leave the rim alone, and I am going to add, you could add a 2x4, you could add, this is a GR pottery form thingy. I just grab size-wise what will work, and I'm going to flip it back over. And the reason I do this is because now I can make this come down and make it a deeper tray. Now I'm going to let it stiffen up, and then I will come back and we will take all of them out, and I'll show you what they look like. Okay? Fun, right? Love this. This has actually been one of my favorite things to do lately. I've been doing a lot of stuff with this, so I got a bunch of stuff coming up with the round ones. All right, it's a lot later than I thought it would be before I could take these, I guess they're called wood appliques. They're for finishing furniture, trim, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. This is one I did earlier, which is still surprisingly soft. I'm going to still clean up the rim on this, but isn't that pretty? I'm actually wondering though if I shouldn't keep it upside down. Well, let's go ahead and continue anyway. So let's see what these look like. I'm just pushing the walls out a little bit so I can get this out. I could have probably added some cornstarch. Well, I don't know if that actually works since it needs to sit. Oh, that's pretty. This one actually is one of my favorites. I love that herringbone or weave. You know, the little basket weave. That's this one here. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna let them set up, and I will come back and clean up the edges, but actually, I don't think I showed it to you. But it makes a great detailed imprint. I just love it. Just absolutely love it. All right, so I'm gonna set these guys aside and let's do our big one. So, oh, and Tess was here last night. Thank you, Tess, for leaving me some chocolate. All right, let's go ahead and flip this guy. I did have, well, I can use the template. I'll just use the template to flip it. Okay. So this is the GR pottery form that I put there. I'm just gonna relax the walls a little bit so I can pull this guy. Well, this guy came right out. Cool. All right, I'm going to also wait on this one to do the rim until it's more leather hard. But that's basically it. Lighting's gone kind of wonky since it got dark. I tell you, I'm losing it. The way I finished this was to paint just one coat of the Mako cobalt wash, and then I wiped it out, and then I added the underglaze transfers to the metal here. But what's really cool about this metal is that you could add a design in there, you could add words in there, you know. What if you, I mean, this would be gorgeous as a wedding platter, you know, for a wedding gift, and then, you know, either paint in or stamp in the names. I mean, it's got endless possibilities. I absolutely love this. I probably gonna have to order me another one so that I can keep this one in the studio, because I just absolutely love it. All right, so that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you can, or you know, got some ideas off of this. I will link, I'll try and find them, see if they're still available, or I'll link something that's similar to it. And then I'll also link Sharon Hoppy's templates, because those are by far my favorite templates. Like I said, use them a lot. Again, when I mentioned to leave a comment, if you have a YouTube channel, put your YouTube name there. And so all the people that read the comments, maybe they'll discover a new potter, and I hope to discover new potters. I love watching pottery videos, and so if you are a potter and have been thinking about starting your own channel, I encourage you to do so. And if you do, let me know, and let's just support each other. And you know, we all like to make pots, and we like to watch other people make pots. So let's see how many more YouTubers we can, or more potters we can get out there. And speaking of that, Tess, underneath my encouragement, has kind of started a YouTube channel. Right now she's only got a couple of shorts up there, but I will list hers in the Snap Time Potter. And she does a lot over on Instagram, and I believe Facebook too, but I know she does a lot on Instagram underneath Nap Time Potter, and so does Mikki. And hers is Nightcraft Co. And I believe Mikki also has a YouTube channel, and I believe she's got a really fun, I know she's working on a super, super fun video. She just put a lot of work into this one, and I hope she's going to release it this Sunday, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm going to probably weigh these down with weight bags, and then come back and, well, I'll come back when they're harder, leather hard, and clean up the rims. It's just so much easier, a lot less cleanup if you just wait. You know, pottery's all about the timing, you know, when the clay's at the right consistency and so forth. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you're having a good one, and go get muddy, guys. This is a great, fun, easy way to make just a really pretty platter. Pretty platter. Maybe I'll call them my pretty platters. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Ooh.